Hey guys, day number 3 of what was the Earthshatter Berserker, but is now the Molten Striker to Zenith Jug, and I'll go into that in a second, but just going to chuck in a quick tier 16 Alcan Go while we're talking about it, just so you can see build in action, because obviously things have changed. I have, rather than wait for some white noise, because I ran out of things to talk about because the map takes too long, I have some things to talk about during the map. So first thing is to shield the Discord. So if you have any issues with your build, be that Torchlight, PoE, feel free to jump into Discord, ask for some help. Happy to do that. Happy to look at POBs. Happy to look at build codes if it's Torchlight, and yeah, just chuck in there all the comments below. Happy to look at either. You can find a link in the description below. Just gonna try beeline over to the boss here. Gonna miss out these settlers alls, but have been doing settlers. Have been in destructive play, and that's just what we've been doing. We've just been doing the alls, running over to the boss, seeing if there's a Starfall crater for the Svalin jackpot chance. But you can see here, this is a tier 16 boss. And that is not Simulacrum, sorry, Delirium buffed as well. So that's the single target DPS, looking kind of nice, kind of perky. So we had a little side hustle as well. So little side hustle was cluster jewels, and we were rolling some cluster jewels. We found a good eye level and fossil combo to roll some, and they're about 200 C profit. The market has dried up a little bit now, unfortunate, but yeah, we made quite a bit of currency, which is now totally gone into the build. So I will quickly show you a POB. So this was actually, I'm not going to talk too much about this because this isn't the version of build we're playing now, but this was the version of build we played for like half a day between like the video yesterday, the video I'm now recording today. This was an elemental Molten Striker, the Zenith like entry level build. I will upload the POB, not going to talk too much about it. Budget for this was about 3 div. Yeah, I'll chuck it in the description, take a look if you want. It's on the spreadsheet. Okay, now the big one is the Zenith swap that we're now into is the Chaos version. So we grabbed Alberons, which was 7 Divine with 18% strength. We grabbed Iron Fortress, which was 40C. We 6 socketed it, 5 linked it. This is enough for our Leap Slam, so that is fine. And then the sword. So the sword base cost me like 40C. This is an old craft. This isn't the one that Connor now uses. I will probably transition into that like pretty soon, but this is definitely good enough for now. This cost me, I think, about 6 div all in. And then this belt cost me 4 div for the base, and then we just chucked some deafening essence of rage on it to get the strength on it, get the resistance on it, cover our resistances like that. Resistance is still looking a bit ropey, so we're actually in here. We're in diamond skin just to cover that. We're still in cloth and chain just to cover us there. We went into unrelenting here on Jug. We came out of this just to get more LE damage reduction. You can see we haven't leveled, and that's because we've mainly been troubleshooting the build, looking at like issues that crop up. You know what it is when you swap to a build, you forget one thing, you instantly die on a map, you go check, oh okay, I forgot this, I better go fix that. We've been doing that for like the last 4 hours, I would say. So yeah, it's been kind of intense. Obviously changed all the links and stuff like that. We also went back to a Lyra to cover our resistances. Resistance is still technically uncapped, like we still need a little tiny bit of fire res. Grabbed a cheap amulet here, I think this was 40C or something, and put an anoint on it, Force of Darkness. We went for an automatic flask setup here. So we have used when charges reach full on everything, and then on the magic ones we have gain charges when you're hit by an enemy. These cost a little bit if you're going to buy them. If you're going to roll them yourself, they're a bit cheaper, but they are kind of annoying. Right, I'm just going to drag this onto this screen. There we go. So this is the sheet that I'm actually going to be used to track in. I'm actually going to use to track all of the upgrades and stuff that I buy now that I'm in Molten Striker the Zenith. So now we're in here, I'll put the POBs here, I'll put the video links here, and then this is in Chaos what we're paying for the upgrades, and then this is the price in divines, and then I'll just change that to like, you know, what the divines currently are. They were 101 when I checked earlier, so we're currently like 20 divs into the build. So as we buy more and more upgrades, this will just go up and up and up and up. And yeah, the reason we're in Molten Strike of the Zenith is because it is a build where you can just constantly upgrade it, and you can have these small incremental upgrades, and you know, they end up being quite meaningful like towards the build. So that's the reason we transitioned early. The league mechanic's actually kind of fun. The coverage on this is definitely not as good as Earthshatter, so the High Fortresses have been a bit tough, so I've been kind of low on Graft Energy or whatever it's called. Graft Blood, is it? Yeah, Graft Blood. Here's our current Atlas. So we're just doing Alk and Go, like tier 16s with destructive play. We came out of Unwavering Vision. We went into a bunch of Scarabs because Scarabs seem kind of expensive. Then we're in Settlers just because we like doing it. Yeah, that's pretty much what we've been doing for currency. We've had a couple of little side hustles. So like rolling flasks was quite good currency. I was doing some of them, and then like I said earlier, I was rolling these, which are the jewels that you use in this build, and these were just the ones that I weren't hitting. So martial mastery, martial prowess are the ones you want. The third one you want is graceful execution, and these are ones that you would use on like a different build. I think this is a good entry level one, but yeah, this sort of dried up because people realized that there was a lot of profitability in them. I think when I looked up on Craft of Exile, it was average like 65 chaos to actually craft, and they were selling for like 2.5 down to 2 div is where we got them to. So we were making quite a lot of currency doing that. Probably the best flip of the season so far was these, and then I don't mind sharing this now because, like, you know, you can see these aren't selling. I've reduced the price on these down from 200C, and they're down at 120, and they're still not selling. So I don't mind saying about this. You know, the market's already gone. So there's that. We've got some other cheap rares here. You know, the league mechanic is just pumping out well rolled rares. So these rares are just such a hard sale. You know, stuff like this would usually be gone by you know, by this point in the league, but they're just super hard to sell. Just cannot get rid of them, no matter what I price them at. Still haven't done. So we've done our 115. We actually done this yesterday. It was in yesterday's video. I forgot to show it, but there we go. We're ticking off these favored map slots, and then we still need our voidstones, and it's purely because Uber Elder frags are too divine, and then obviously can't do Maven before we've done Uber Elder, and we were just pumping all of our currency into the build. So that is definitely next on the checklist, is to get our 4 Voidstones. I said yesterday it'd be done today. Unfortunately it wasn't, but there we go. Is what it is. What can you do? Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to talk about. It's kind of weird. It's a shorter vid, but so much has changed in the build. So I guess if you've got any questions, leave me in the comments, chuck them in the Discord, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 4.